Hi, my name is Pamela Mpishi. If you're watching my video for the first time, one of my videos for the first time, welcome. If you've watched my videos before and you've not subscribed yet, I urge you to subscribe to this channel because I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year and your vote counts. So leave a comment if this video blesses you, share it and press the thumbs up, yeah? And second thing, before we start the video, I want to tell you that if you are watching this video with a child, please stop this video, ask the child to leave or watch it another time because the content of this video is not for children. It's for married people and for people who are intending to get married. Without further ado, let us go to the point. The point is that I want to emphasize in this video the importance of physical intimacy in a relationship. Most people overestimate it or underestimate it. Whichever way, I'm going to tell you that it's very important. Well, first and foremost, we have to establish that 99% of men are more sexual than women. It's just the way we're wired. Men have more need for sex than most women. I'm not saying that there are no women out there. There are some women out there who have a higher libido than most men. But that I'm talking about in general. So if you're a guy and your libido is not very high, you're probably in that 1% because it's 99%. And if you're a woman and your libido is way out of the roof, then you are probably that small percentage, yeah? Just like why I'm going to teach you this is because generally speaking, women are less physically stronger than men. Men are physically stronger, generally speaking, 99%. There's a small percentage of women who are just as strong physically as men. For example, that runner, Semenya, that's why they even had to test her if she was truly a woman. So why am I teaching you this? Because women especially, they write to me all the time, my husband is cheating, my husband can't stay at home. Why is that? I want to tell you first that there is hope, because you have to remember that whenever two people decide to get married, when your husband asked to marry you, he asked you because he had decided that you were the top of the crop, that you were the best. In fact, when you settle down to marry somebody, we usually believe that this person is out of our league, that we can't do better than this. And we're so fascinated by this person, we cannot even imagine living without this person. And it's easy to get a man, but it's not easy to keep him fascinated. A lot of people write to me and say, Pam, I am having problems. My husband has strayed, or my wife has strayed, or whatever. I want to encourage you. It's not a lost cause. And now I want you to recapture the attention of your husband. I want him to start seeing you exactly the way he saw you before he asked to marry you. The thing is that you have to understand. I'm going to teach you two things that are very important. Physical intimacy in a relationship is very important, but you have to find the balance. Especially if you grew up in Africa, they probably told you that you have to give it to your husband all the time. Now, I don't believe that is really how it should be, and we can agree to disagree. You can think that it's it, but I'm going to give you the point where I'm coming from, yeah? First and foremost, anything that you eat every day cannot be valuable. I have met women who have told me, me and my husband, we do it 4 times a day. Just imagine if you went to McDonald's 4 times a day, every day, McDonald's would not be special, right? But if you lived in a country where they didn't have McDonald's and you would be like, oh, I don't want to go to that chic restaurant. I want to go to McDonald's because McDonald's is very special for you. Just imagine if you're watching this, you probably have electricity, you have money to buy bundles for internet, but just imagine, and you have water, running water from a tap. So water for you is not something that's amazing. It's not of value, but ask somebody who lives in a desert how important water is. That's why I'm here to teach you to find that sweet spot with your husband where he doesn't get too much, that it becomes normal, and he doesn't get too little, that he goes into a drought, because it's like rain. You remember, I don't know about you, but I used to spend time in the village with my grandmother. When they were waiting for the crops to grow, we had some good years where the rain came just right in time, and that's all the villagers talked about. They went, when you went to the next village, they were like, did you see that rain? It was like, almost like you were on another planet. Of course, duh, I saw the rain. But sometimes the rain came when the crop was already withered and dried, and it could not save the crop. It was too late. So you have to find that sweet balance, that sweet spot where it is not too much, that it is just something that he has all the time. That sweet balance where it is scarcity, but it is not a drought, because we all know what happens when there is a drought. A drought produces immigration, and we don't want your man to start looking at other women because he's in a drought. Remember, there is the rule of scarcity. Wherever there is scarcity, everything becomes valuable. You are a woman of value. Now you need to find that sweet spot whereby he is satisfied, but he doesn't take it too much for granted. Like every time he comes to you, he can get it. Even when he's coming to you, he should be in that frenzy of excitement, because he doesn't know if he's gonna get it. But if he gets it every time, it's something that's very normal. But it should be like, when he gets it, it's like, wow. And because of that, it creates creativity in men. I want you to just give this a test. Just maybe do it with your husband every day. And then give it a time where sometimes you say no. You will notice that the times that you say yes, he is very creative. That is the time he picks up the kids, is throwing them in the sky. He wants to help you with the laundry. Those are the days when you asked him, like for weeks you've been asking him to book that holiday. All of a sudden he's like, darling, should we book that holiday? Because it gives him creativity. Men are hunters. It gives him that feeling that he achieved something, that he acquired something that day. Yeah? When you remain valuable to him, when you remain valuable to him, his eyes will not stray. His eyes will always be on you. Now, there's the second point I want to give you. This is also a very important point. Yeah? Actually, I've got a bonus point for you. Yeah? So stay tuned. I've got a bonus. The second point is that initiate. I know he was chasing you. He fell in love with you because you were hard to get. In the relationship, in the marriage, you do not stop playing hard to get. Hard to get continues even in the marriage. Okay? So, but sometimes you must initiate also. Maybe 1 out of 5. It will make it so special when he's the one used to chasing you all the time, and sometimes you're the one who coils up to him and he knows exactly what time it is. Okay? So you need to initiate sometimes too. And the bonus one I want to give you, this is very important. If you're not doing it yet, start like today. After you watch this video, start it. Switch it up a little bit. If you only know that it is meant for dinner, for when the lights are out at night, and you're not the type of person who likes breakfast in bed, switch it up. Sometimes it can be in the morning. Sometimes it can be at lunch. In the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, you have it for lunch. Sometimes it's in the evening. It should be unexpected. He doesn't know if he's going to get it at lunch, if he's going to get it in the morning, if he's going to get it in the afternoon. So it should be something that is excited. And by switch it up, I don't mean that you need to start doing crazy things and using crazy toys and hanging from the chandelier. Just switching up the routine. Don't make it make it monotonous. I tell you, men are not very complex. Men are stronger than women physically, but women for sure are smarter than men. Men are simple beings, and when you are feeding him correctly, not too much that he becomes too fat, and not too little that he's too thin, there is a drought and he starts looking elsewhere, just finding that sweet spot where it is always something amazing for him, you will always be always stay the most valuable person in his life. He will always see you the same way he saw you when he was chasing you. Look, you do not have to be the smartest woman in the room, the most beautiful woman. You don't have to be the most articulate, the best dressed. You just need to find that sweet spot for your man. And this man is going to be fascinated by you forever. He'll be looking at you 20 years down the line. It doesn't matter how much older you are getting, how much thicker you are getting. For him, you will remain the most fascinating woman in the world. He'll be looking at you like this all the time and thinking, how did I end up catching this one? This one is completely out of my league. And you just need a few simple steps. So look at this video. I've even got a few bonus points for you. Finish this video and put them into practice and come and give me some testimonies. I gave you 3 points, yeah? The law of scarcity, but not a drought. Sweet spot where there is the law of scarcity involved, but it's not a drought. Number 2, initiate sometimes. Even in the chasing, you lean back. There are some moments when you lean forward and you lean back again. He should be chasing you even in the marriage. And number 3, switch it up. It shouldn't just be something that happens at night when it's dark and the lights are off. Sometimes it's breakfast, sometimes it's lunch, and sometimes it's dinner. I hope I blessed you with this message. Go and make your husband crazy for you and completely fascinated and obsessed by you. That's the way it should be, because marriage is for forever. So you better stay fascinated by each other. If you loved this video, if it blessed you, please don't forget to subscribe to my video, yeah? And share this video. These are things that people don't talk about, but they're very important, because physical intimacy for the men is probably the most important aspect of the relationship. I know we don't want to believe that, but it's the way it is. Because when he first saw you, he did not think, oh, how spiritual that woman is. My husband is the most amazing man in the world. I asked him, I said, so the first time you saw me, did you immediately think you were going to marry me? He said, oh, Pam, I don't want to offend you, but when I first saw you, the last thing on my mind was marrying you. I think I only started thinking about us even settling down together on the 3rd date. That's how men are wired. So make sure he stays fascinated.